So a hard-earned point in the end for Blackburn Rovers, but Swansea City. Hopefully we don't see each other again later in the season, because I've had enough of your bullshit. That's right, folks, back once again with another match review, this time picking apart Blackburn Rovers' latest draw. That's right, 2-2 draw against Swansea. We'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe and keep your bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, world football related. We're going to go here under one Rooski. Now, before we jump into it, I want a big shout out to my Patreons, boys and girls. Russell Frost, No Code Drinker, Tom Beresford, Tom Clark, John Spurn, Master Marky B. Mark, Constable 1976, and Mitchell Shoney. Respect to your brothers for your support behind the scenes and at Patreon. If you want to join those illustrious VIP members of the old Patreon gang, there is a link down below. Check that sucker out. For the price of a bottle of water, you could help me and Blackburn Roverseas push on this beast to another level, folks. Yes, but anyway, let's take a look at it now, shall we, folks? The game in a little bit more details. Pick up the numbers. How many were there? I don't know. I haven't got the figures. I'm that early today that I've got no attendance figures. But 2-2 in the end, as Rovers managed to pull out all the stops to get a nice share of the spoils against a smarmy looking Swansea City. You know what, these past two games, Stoke and Swansea at Ayew Park, they were supposed to bring in 6 points, but they could only bring us 2. So it's not a great return, but fortunately for us, elsewhere a lot of the other teams didn't really take advantage of the past couple of games as well. But a lot of the guys further up the table, they were playing away. You know, Preston were playing away, Bristol City were playing away, and I think Brentford were all playing away this weekend. So they might have even played back-to-back away games. So yes, we're still in the mix. And that's all I'm asking for here, folks, is that we stay in the conversation to as long as possible. I don't want to be cut off and to battle in the months of April or back into March and April with nothing to play for. That's the least thing I can. The least, you know, when we were, I'm going to go down a bad road here, but when we were scrapping for relegation, it was down to the last game of the season that we're scrapping it. On the flip side, I was very, very happy when we secured promotion well in advance. I didn't want to be scrapping that out. But for us to be in the conversation, as long as we are, or as long as we can, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's get back into it. 2-2 in the end. In a game we probably should have won. I'm not going to lie to you. We dominated the game, as you can see. Well, we wouldn't say overly dominated. 54.4% possession for Rovers, 45.6% for Swansea. We did have more shots than they did, 16 to their 9. But the tail of the tape is down the left-hand side there. We'll talk more about it. But anyway, we took the lead. That's right. Big Sam Gallagher a lot in the spotlight this week through some bits and pieces over on Twitter. But he duly responded with the right way, put the ball in the back of the net. 25 minutes on the clock. But that's purely, I think, because he played in that key role, which is down the middle. Do that more often, we're going to get more goals out of him. And you know what? Mowbray's only using what he can do. He's not got the wingers that he needed. Obviously, Conway's no longer with us. Chapman's not really up the bill yet. So we're playing with a lot of square pegs in round holes. It used to be square pegs in round holes at the back, but we're now playing square pegs in round holes up front. When Gallagher plays out wide, he's not going to get as many goal-scoring opportunities as he does. And today, he did have a couple, and one of them he put in the back of the bin. So, you play him in the right spots, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get your just desserts. So, yeah, Gallagher did give us the lead, 25 minutes on the clock. But then, right at the death of the first half, Ryan Brewster, the smarmy little turd face, came in and put Swansea right back in it. Leveller, right at the death. And then, instantly in the second half, they took control of the game with a penalty. Andre Ayew converted it from the spot after a little tumble. I think it was Gaddock that kind of got tumbled into the ground there. So, bit of a softie. Yep. But the referee did level the playing field by giving us a golden opportunity to get back into the game. Big DG was the man. He did get brought on in the second half in place of Samuel. And it was maybe seniority dictated who was going to take the penalties, but obviously Adam Armstrong would be your main man. He has taken a few penalties in the absence of Dak, in the absence of Mulgrew, and all that kind of good stuff. So, but Big D stepped up to the plate, but equal to it was Woodman. Yeah, between the sticks for Swansea. He saved it, indeed. Big kudos to him to keep Swansea in front. And it looked like they were going to get away with it. All 3 points, despite Rovers trying to get back into it. Look how many piss and yellow cards they had. They had 5 5 yellow cards. They probably even should have had a red, as Garrick did tumble into Walton early doors. So 2-1 it was, right past 90 minutes. But Swansea City, despite their time-wasting techniques across the field, justice was served and Rovers got to share the points. Big Badley Johnson steps up. He scores rockets. I do like him when he does this. Obviously we do. We all love him when he does this kind of stuff. He has the balls and the courage to have a shot from outside the D. It might not have been the cleanest strike. It wasn't no thunder bastard from before. It did take a wicked deflection in favour for Rovers, and we managed to get in the ball at the back of the net. So in the end, 2-2, but realistically it should have been 3-2 with that penalty. So Swansea, smarmy little bastards. Rhian Brewster's a smarmy little bad boy. Cooper, the manager, I think he's a little smarmy little turd as well. And Colin Gallagher, smarmy little smarmsters. And it just despises me. Just their attitude. They're over arrogant. There's a lot of arrogance or swagger to Swansea. Which, on the flip side, if I was a Swansea City fan, I'll be boasting all about it. But it just grinds my bits a little bit. It's kind of like 11 Patrick Bamfords out on the field today. So for me, just desserts for Rovers. Get a share of the points. Unfortunately, we couldn't take further advantage of that. Let's take a look at some more statistics. In fact, let's take a look at the starting 11s. What was between six? Bell, Adebayo, Nyambe and Bennett. Speaking of Nyambe, pushed central this week. He has played in that role for his country in the African Nations Cup. So Bennett came in with captain's armband at right back. And it was the overlapping centre-back, Ryan Nyambe, with the assist, perler of a cross for Gallagher to tap it on home. So he did an okay. I'll take a look at the ratings in just a second. Into midfield, we have Travis Downing. Rothwell was in the centre. Armstrong out left. Dominic Samuel out right. Sam G down the middle. Scores goals when he wants. That's right. So that was the Rovers lineup. Let's take a look at my match ratings now. I give Walton a 6. Not really too much to get excited about, to be honest with you. Bell with a 7, Adebayo with a 5. He's good. He's good on his day, like 8 out of 10 times. He's tip top, but he's just a bit too casual for me. And I'm giving Nyambe a 7 purely for the assist. He did do a couple of little howler passes, but he's playing out of whack. He's not really centre back, but he's stepping up to the plate and saying, you know what, Gaffer, in the times like this, play me wherever you want, and he's playing in the centre of defence. So yeah, kudos to him. He might have got the assist as a right back, but tremendous to get an assist for a centre back today. So giving him a 7. I've given Bennett a 6. Travis with a 6. Not really his best day. Neil Downing. Roth with a 5. Really didn't. It might be a bit harsh, a 6. I probably would have been just desserts. Armstrong with a 5. Again, past couple of games, not really seen too much of him. I think the weight of expectation is now on Adam Armstrong, and he needs to hopefully deliver next week against Derby. Maybe this week the pressure will come off of him a little bit, and he'll come back in it next week and steal the show. Samuel as well. Did I give him a 7? I'm not too sure about that. I think I might have been over generous there with Dominic Samuel, to give Gallagher a 7. Cameos from Big Bad Boy Brereton. I think he is chomping at the bit to get some game time, and I think we might see him next week as well. DG, I think we are seeing the tail end of Danny Graham, if I'm completely honest with you. Yeah, he's been a tremendous servant with us, part of the Mulgrew Dak, Danny Graham dynasty that's been with us for 2 and a bit years now. So, I think this is going to be the slow fading away of Danny Graham. I don't think right now he's justifying a contract extension. And then there's some question marks about Elliot Bennett. Will he be given a contract extension? Great, tremendous leader. He's not too old, but he's getting on a bit. He's getting to be that veteran sort of category. So we'll have to see what happens with Mowbray and all that kind of good stuff. As for the opposition, well, let's take a look at Woodman between sticks. Bidwell at left back, Rondon, Cabango at centre back, Norton at right back, Grimes, ex-Rover, Fulton. There's Gallagher pulling the strings for Swansea. Ayew on the left, Gaddock on the right, and Ryan Smuggy ass Brewster leading the way. He's got one of those faces, you know what I mean? Them kind of cheeky little faces. You know what? It's like he's got a Patrick Bamfordness about him. That's how I can relate to him. Ayew, I think I rate Ayew highly. He should not be playing at this level. Should be playing higher. He's very savvy, knows the stuff. He's still got a bit of zing about him as well, so he's a good little player. Here's some more statistics for you. We had more touches than they do, only just though, 592 compared to their 538. We also had more passes than them, 389 to their 337. I talked about the shots. We had 16 shots, 5 of them, only 5 of them are on target, 2 of them in the back of the net. As for Swansea, 9 shots for them, 3 on target, 5 off target. We also hit the woodwork as well, so there was Big DG's penalty save, resulting corner from that. Ended up as an effort for Danny Graham to put into the back of the net, but it hit the post. So that was another chance there for Rovers to try and equalise at that point. But Swansea held firm in the end. This is the heat maps. Like you said, it's a huge spread of green there by Rovers. Not the red that we would usually see with Nyambe. Obviously, he's not playing out right back. So it just goes to show, if you would take this heat map and the previous heat maps when Nyambe's playing, you can see just how much he adds to that right hand side. It is an absolute treasure to have him with us, and the sooner we can get back out on that right hand side, the better. Obviously, we're playing without our talismanic centre back extraordinaire Darren Lenihan, and I think we've got to go to another game without him. But he'll be back after the Derby game, so that'd be good. Maybe get a chance for him to refresh his batteries a little bit. But huge spread of coverage there by Rovers. Swansea coming down the left hand side. Who was out on the left hand side? Bidwell. He was a little bit of a handful, and also Ayew on the left hand side. So all in all, it was. Whoa, we don't want to look at that just yet. But all in all, Rovers doing the bits for themselves, keeping themselves in the mix, keeping themselves in the playoff hunt. But what about the gaffer? What did he have to say about this match? Well, here he is with his comments shortly after the final whistle.
Ultimate emotion is frustration again. A game that we needed to really target to get 3 points, and we did. We started well. Sam Gallagher scored a great goal. Theirs was an individual goal, wasn't it? A bit of talent from Brewster, really. Out of nothing, he just turned and lashed it in. I didn't look at it and think we were a bit lax or anything. I think he shot through Bennett's legs and it flashed in the corner. Start of the second half was abysmal, really. Right from the kick-off, we kicked it straight into touch, and then we give a free kick away on the edge of the box, and then we give a penalty away within a minute. Can't happen at this level, we have to be better than that, and yet the effort and the work rate and the desire to try and get back in the game was there. They made the game very stop-start. The ref was always blowing his whistle and people were going down. The physio was on 5 or 6 times. Time was running away from us, really. We had a few chances, obviously had a penalty, keeper made a save. Didn't look like it was going to be our day, and then a deflected Bradley Johnson goal. So happy enough with the point, but not happy really, because we have to win them games with our aspirations, and yet we've got a point closer, everybody tells me, because of the results above us. So just frustrated. I know, and listen, I see the spirit of the team. I just think there was a few below their par today. You watch our team every week, and when everybody's at it with a match to anybody, and yet there was a few below par today, I felt, and lacked a little bit of bravery. When I throw Graham on so early in the second half, it should be the message to tell him to play forward. Don't mess about. We ain't placing across the back anymore and bouncing it off midfield players and going out the other side. We're hitting Danny and we're pushing people around him and getting knockdowns, and probably that message didn't get on quick enough, passing back to the goalie, and when we need goals and pressure, and there's more than one way to play football, and I think this team have shown over recent weeks that we can be a good football team on our day, and we can move the ball around and build pressure up and lock teams in around their goal. Second half wasn't the day for that today. It was a bit blustery out there. Pitch isn't at its best, I'd have to say. It's looking bobbly. Message was just to play forward, really. Danny Graham's on. Put it in the box, let it drop down. Even if he doesn't win it, it's going to bounce around there. Get it wide, put it in. Build up pressure, which we eventually did. Got the message on, and we got our rewards. But it would have been nice if that was the winning goal right at the end there. If the penalty had gone in to make 2-2, and that was a 3-2 win we're talking about. But it's football, every game's tough. Everybody makes life difficult for you, and we've got 10 games to see if we can achieve our aims. Well, to be fair, we don't have that discussion, but I'm more than happy for players to sort that out. I know we've had this, I heard it before, certain managers. Man United had a big issue, didn't they, who took a penalty, and I think whilst Danny's not, Adam Armstrong's a penalty taker, but Danny Graham's on the bench. If Bradley Dack had been there, he'd have probably took it instead of Danny. It's and I wouldn't moan, but generally you expect him to stick him in waist, took him in the corner, but you can't criticise Danny. If anybody wants to criticise somebody, criticise me for saying, if Danny's going to take it, let Danny take it. I know Adam Armstrong's banging form, scoring goals, feeling good, but Danny Graham's been banging penalties in for 15 years, and there's no reason he wasn't going to tuck today's in the corner. So I've got no problems that Danny took the penalty. I'm fine with it. One, because he's always moaning and tossing to sharpen up, quicken up, get up, do things faster. You know, Ryan, with total respect to him, is a young boy who's doing his best, but he probably needs somebody moaning and shouting at him, really, like I do all game. I don't think Tosson's got that personality to drive people on. And I think, yes, you could see the miss of Lenihan was huge today, because he drives, he doesn't accept second best. Even in training, he will moan at you if you don't block a shot that you should throw your body in front of, and we missed that today. You could see it was quite evident.
Well, you caught a sneak peek of it earlier. How about the fans? What they've been saying on social media. We're going to start with Sean Fox, a.k.a. the American Rover Americano. Lucky to get a point, unlucky not to get all three. Another instance of what could have been some other good results for us today. Hopefully we can get something out of Derby, and I'll be grateful for Lenihan's return. I think I'm right in thinking he is suspended for the next one. Simon Woodford said, no more than we deserve today against a horrible side. Really needed the 3 points, though. Maurice Murphy said, huge point, huge goal, keeps us in the mix. 3 points off the playoffs. Heart and fight from this team is superb. That is, I actually said in the post-match reaction that was 4 points off. But yes, we are a win away from getting in the top 6. That is massive. We do have a better goal difference as well than Preston, which is also pretty good. Chris Marr said, I'll take that. Decent point. Is frustrating knowing all the results went our way again and we just couldn't take advantage. But the fact that we're still in the playoff hunt with all our injury troubles is a huge achievement. The team just doesn't give up, does it? Hashtag Rovers. RK Jempe said this, I know we only drew, but it's nice to score. It's nice for us to score an equaliser in the 90-plus minute. Becky said this, nice to see us fight back and get the point. Don't understand why Armour didn't take the penalty, though. Feels like a missed opportunity this week. Definitely missed opportunity, especially when you go to Brentford and you're not expecting much, and you salvage a point there. Double home games, you think, yeah, at least take our win. At least I'd take a win, but. In the end, Marcus RTID, aka the Swedish Rover, said this: never give up. Arte Labor, a lot of labour and a bit less art. Still in the playoffs mix and 1 point closer to the 6th spot. Hashtag Rovers. Martin Matthews said this: disappointed? Yes, but I'll take that point all day long. With Preston getting beat, we are still in with a chance of the playoffs this season. Why Armstrong didn't take the pen, I'll never know. But onwards and upwards. Talk of you said this: got a feel for Mowbray. Puts this squad together, plan for a push on this season, and then Dak, Holby, Evans, and Cunningham are all out. Imagine if we added them 4 to this side right now. Hashtag someone lucky. Alex Curry posted this little snipshot here. Ewood sniper on target today. This was the reaction from the Swansea City players once the equaliser went in. Just desserts, they were time wasting extraordinaires. If there was a degree out there, like a master's degree or a Bachelor of Arts for time wasting, Swansea City will be the professors at it. Josh Harding said this: Ben Broughton, best player on the pitch, but a country mile today, needs to be given his chance now. And Tom Greenwood said this: watching all them Swansea players on the floor when we scored after they spent the whole time on the floor. Beautiful scenes. Hashtag scenes. So that is what they have to think. Get your own thoughts and predictions and commentates, whatever, down in your comment section down below. You know what I mean. These are those results that went in our way, in our favour. Hull City, they are on free fall, 4-0 battering at the KCOM. That's at home, folks. The heart and soul has been ripped out of them. Gavin McCann, the manager, probably, he might get the sack. But really, the rug has been pulled out from his feet. It's a bit harsh for them. Another manager who could get the sack is Gary Monk, whose Sheffield Wednesday side lost at home to Derby 3-1. Cardiff and Brentford duked out a 2-2 draw. Brentford were 2-0 up in that game, only to lose it to throw away 2 points with the 2-2 draw. Cardiff are the draw masters. West Brom lost at home to Wigan. That's right, Wigan. Paul Cock and his boys getting a 1-0 win. Obviously, the game of the week was really at Ewood, 2-2 Swansea and Rovers. Luton Town, lastminute.com. I didn't even see that one. Lastminute.com equaliser, looks like, for Luton Luton. QPR and Birmingham, another 2-2 draw. Birmingham keep on tricking a bye. Unbeaten since January. Fulham 2-0 winners over Preston. Millwall Bristol was a 1-1 draw. Reading with a massive win against Barnsley. Huddersfield 4-0 winners over Charlton. They have got the bit between the teeth. Huddersfield do not deserve to be in the relegation dogfight, and that win has actually given them a big old boost. And on Monday, we'll conclude this match day. It'll be Middlesbrough against Forest. That's what the table looks like at the moment. So drop points by West Brom. Leeds are the big winners this weekend, closing that to now just 1 point. Have the wheels come off for West Brom at the wrong time? Fulham are now, 5 points still. There is a gap between third and fourth. Realistically, I don't think Forest are nailed on for playoffs just yet. Neither are Brentford, neither are Preston, and neither are Bristol City. You know, it's wide open, and I still think 10th place, 11th place now is in the playoff hunt. So Cardiff are right back in it with that. They got a point, right? With that point against Brentford. So it's 11 upwards. I still think are in the playoff hunt. So we've got a little bit of wiggle room. We've got Derby next, who did a comfortable win. They are a different beast at home with Wayne Rooney pulling the strings. So we'll have to duke that out next week. Down the bottom is Luton, Barnsley and Middlesbrough. So Luton picking up a point. They're now level with Barnsley. It's actually Middlesbrough are in the drop zone as it stands. And if shit goes the wrong way, we could see Woodgate get himself sacked on Monday. So a win for them would put them up to 40 points. And it'll push Stoke back in the drop zone. Goodness gracious me, it is very tight. But yeah, big wins for Huddersfield. Hull are on free fall and they could end up in the drop zone as well. Wigan, massive 3 wins on the spin, unbeaten in 5. They're looking all about it. So the game's coming up next weekend. Obviously, no double match day this weekend, but a chance for us to recharge the blocks and all that kind of good stuff. Forest will take on Millwall. That's the playoff battle right there. That's on Friday. Bristol City against Fulham, another playoff encounter there. So a good chance for an extra life maybe for Rovers on this one. So Bristol City against Fulham on this one. Wigan against Luton. That's a relegation 6-pointer right there. Charlton against Middlesbrough. That's another relegation 6-pointer. Swansea City against West Brom. That's a playoff encounter as well. Even though West Brom are cruising. Birmingham against Reading at the moment. It's a dead rubber in the middle. Leeds against Huddersfield. A couple of points on the line on that one. Same can be said for Barnsley against Cardiff. That's a bit of a relegation sort of promotion sort of encounter. Stoke City Hull. That's massive. Brentford against Sheffield Wednesday. Big game for Sheffield Wednesday. They need a result there. Preston against QPR. A good chance for Preston to get maybe open up a couple of points on the chasing pack. And Derby Rovers. A win for Derby and they're back in it. I think lastminute.com. They could make a surge. A win for Rovers and that will do us just the tonic. But my friends, that is it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. If you're new, smash a subscribe. New videos every single day on the channel, whether it's Blackburn Rovers, FIFA, KFC, chicken sandwich, reviews, whatever you got. I've got it all here under one roof. Make sure you check that video out. That's a bit of a belter. We do it all again next week. Obviously, we're playing on Sunday, so we do have a game, well, not game in hand, but we have a chance to see what else is going on in the championship, and we'll be able to assess our situation, and maybe we'll play with a bit more freedom and a bit more comfort, just knowing what's already laid out for us. But anyway, folks, give me your thoughts and opinions about Rovers' condition at the moment. Are we still in the mix? Am I just confusing? Am I blinkered? Are we really still in the playoff hunt, or do you think we're gonna have to wait till next year? Anyway, folks, give me your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you all very, very soon. Bang the thumbs up, bang the subscribe. Thank you very much for the 1,000 followers. Still trying to chase the top 10 for the old Patreons. Make sure you get in there and check that sucker out down below. I'll tell you all next time. I'm out. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.